Alright, time for part two. So we're going to need some circlip pliers, hammer, tent peg, or just something that's long and can kind of fit through the wheel and help bash the bearing out. Preferably something flat on this side rather than a point like this one has. Something to heat the hub up so it can actually knock the bearing out a bit easier. That should be about it, so let's get into it. Alright, first things first, get your circlips, set them up so that they're going to pinch inwards. Try and pinch your circlip in. That one's in there pretty tight, so might have to use two hands to get it out, but you get the idea. Push it inwards and then it should release and then you can lift it out. Righto, I've got it out now. So it can be quite tight because as you can see, they've got to sort of, be held in there by a sort of spring loading on the outside. So just be careful if you can hold on to them when you get them out, otherwise they'll fling out and go somewhere that you got to go find them. So we're out with that now. Next step is kind of hard to see, but the inner race we've got to actually knock out of the way so that when we turn the tire over, we can actually smack on the other side of the bearing so it comes out of the actual hub. Where having the tire machine comes in helpful. And rotate it around so you're not heating the same spot all the time. You want to try and keep the heat moving. Otherwise you can burn through it if it gets really, really hot. So just keep it moving. Hopefully when it's hot enough, you can just turn it over and then punch the bearing out. So I'll give that a go shortly. Righto, after heating it and knocking it out from the other side, the inner race is out now, so doing the bearing on the other side, as you can actually see the whole way through. You can see where the race sits, so same thing, heat the other side, but you can actually see what you've got to knock out a lot easier, so it's not as hard to do. It does take a little bit of force, so when you actually hit, after you've heated it up and you're knocking them out, sometimes it can just make sure you go around the outer edges of the bearing. Don't stay on the one spot, because otherwise when it comes out, it'll actually cut out the inner race of the hub, so just go around the side of the bearing. as you would have seen, it was a little bit more difficult to get them out of here. Mainly because on this side there's actually, I'll just drop them, but there's 2 bearings. They sit inside there. And as you can see now, I can see the whole way through. You gotta be really careful, like I was saying before, when you knock it out, you can see that it's actually been burred before on the inside here. Should be right, it is an old bike, but you know, that's what you'd be conscious of. Alright, so now that we're out, you can have a better look at them. Main thing you look for is play left and right. There's no play left and right, but if I try and rotate this around this way, it actually gets stuck quite a bit. It's very firm. You can feel it's very gritty on the inside, so probably pretty worn. You can also knock the inner race out and have a look inside as well, which you might do. And if you compare it to the new bearing, it just runs really, really smooth. So I might try and knock the race out of that and have a look in the inside, and then in the next video we'll chuck them back in.